How you doing, Big Small? A little early today. Alright, got some more Flames of War to do today. Hit the beach, starter set. Working on some more Germans. Got 2 strips going here. Da 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 da. Do a little bit on these. How you doing, Big Small? How was everything? Saw your video today. Another campaign log installment. Love those little tents. They came out nice. Simple, too. What are you doing, Coop? Too hot? You put this fan on? Cripes, I got enough on, don't I? What's that? It's a bit Freudian, I admit, but I am extending 10 pikes at the moment. There you go. There you go. Got my fresh coffee here. Hotter than blazes. Set that aside. I don't need that too close to me. I'd be sweating. Arr. What do we need now? Gonna need a little of this. Gonna need a little that. What's this? Flat brown. Maybe that's what I need. Flat brown. What's this then? What kind of brown is this? I don't know. I can't see the number or the description. Tan brown? What is that? I don't know. Set that aside. But I need flat brown. I need this brown as well, which is saddle brown. And what else? I need something for the camel pattern, which I believe is one of these. Probably this one right here. Andrea. Actually, I got it marked. Yeah, I do. I got it marked. Good. Good. And that'll be the rifle, the canteen covering, and the camo patterns. I need a green for that. What is it I need here? 1 second. German medium brown. No. Beige. I can't see this. Oh. Luftwaffe camo. This one. And that should finish this strip. Then we're going to start another strip today. Let me grab one. Need a little else there. Schmeitzer. What's that guy doing? Loading an MG. I guess we could do this one. I'll need some middle stone as well for that. Put that over there for now. German field gray. For the next strip. Alright, so there we go. We're all set with that. Set that aside, get our water. Bring our coffee back over. And see what's going on. Looks like it's just me and Big Small at the moment. Got 19 new models to add. 2 ranks to an existing unit. Okay, but these are a different manufacturer and the pikes are noticeably shorter. So, extensions it is. Let's go on the extra mile there. Not 19, 10 finger slipped. Okay, that's much more doable, right? Much more even number as well. Okay, so there you go. Looks good. Sounds good, actually. I haven't seen them yet. Maybe I have. I haven't seen the new ones. Oh, let's check our stream. Where? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. Where did that go? Add to playlist. Nice, I like this. Nusha. She's pretty good. I like it. Anyway. So how you doing, Big Small? Heard you were quite active yesterday. Friends coming in from the old El Spania? That's nice. That's nice. That's just across the way for you guys. Really? It's actually kind of down there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, this coffee is so good. Sorry. Weirdness here. Every time my boy plugs in his laptop, I lose my connection. Struggling to stay in the loop. Really? What's going on here? Little struggle session there. Having connection problems. Really weird. Every time. Yep, I got it twice. Okay. Double commenting. Uh-oh. Having trouble there, Big Small. It's okay. I'm here. You take your time. Work through the little connection loops. I'll get there. Be all worth it. We had some good conversations yesterday. Talked about all kinds of nonsense. We were missing you too. Where's Big Small? Where is he? We started early today. Luke was here. He's over in Yorkshire. Actually, not Yorkshire. He's in You're in Yorkshire. He's in just outside of London, somewhere down there. Close enough. Nerd's Nerd in here for a while. She's fantastic. Ah, squirrel. Look, Zadarak popped in. Where there's a squirrel, there's a Zaddy. Byron for a little bit. See if he pops in today too. He's working probably. Talking about Rosemary. Good old Rosemary. Yesterday was Kat's birthday, by the way. If you see her, wish her a happy birthday. I'll just get my brushes at the ready here. Figure out what I'm going to paint first. Probably the camouflage. Start with the we're going to start with the brown. I think I'm using Andrea. This one right here. I think this is the one. Let me look at them again. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I got it marked. What's the matter with me? It's marked, man. It's marked. Do a little shake in here and get things rolling. Beautiful day today. A little bit of light rain, cool, little tiny breeze. 80 degrees Fahrenheit here in the northeast of the United States of America. It's actually a wonderful day. I like it. Although it is a bit humid. There's always that. But I love it. I'll take this over winter any day. Okay, that should be good. Talked about wet palettes yesterday. Making your own. I think it was yesterday. Might have been the day before. In fact, I might have been talking to you. Using tissue paper instead of a sponge. Hey there, Luke. Got Luke there. Luke making an appearance once again. Keeping tabs on everybody over here. On YouTube Street. A couple blocks down from Big Small Worlds. He just put up a video. Be sure to check that out. I'm sure you have, Luke. Just getting started here. Oh, I got no broom. What's going on? Oh, whatever. I want to do some camouflage. Saucy. fight. I'm going to go back to modeling and see if the stream will stay streaming at my end. Big Small's having problems today with the connection. That's too bad. Look joins, hey Big Small, great new episode today. Thanks, about 10 new pictures. But the rest, possibly 40 or more, had to be mined from past files. I have restarted my browser. And touch wood, it's working now. Good, all seems good. I'm happy. What's going on, Luke? How was your day been so far? Coming to a close there, I believe, around 9 p.m. for you guys. Closing in, closing in. Try rebooting your Wi-Fi. Turn your internet off and on. In fact, unplug it. You should do. Everybody should do that at least once a week, by the way. Unplug your Wi-Fi box for about a minute or so, and then plug it back in. Give it a nice refresh. That could help your connection. Lovely storm, so it's cool. Yeah, we had some rain a little bit today as well. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Rain showers. But it's a beautiful day. It's wonderful. Just humid, which comes with the rain, but still, it's beautiful. Especially when you got a nice cool breeze. I gotta take a deep sigh. It's wonderful out there. There you go. Butternut Confederates. Oh, you got Ethernet cables hooked up? That's probably the best option. For a better connection, as opposed to just wireless. I usually have an Ethernet cable hooked, but I took the box out of my room. So it's actually in the living room now. So I'm just using Wi-Fi. I've been using Wi-Fi for a few months now, actually. Just straight up Wi-Fi. Wireless, I should say. No problems. The story continued to flow. Nice to see a look behind the diplomacy of the nations as raiders come in unaware. Yeah, I agree. I like the reference to the dwarves. It's really good. Really good, Big Small. So much going on. Mr. Westphalia, how you doing, my friend? Thou shalt not prime in this Midwest humidity. Learned that lesson again the hard way last week. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty humid here. What is your icon there, Mr. Vestfalia? Is that a child? Is that what that is? Yeah, so much going on. Seems that way. I don't know how you keep it all together with telling the story. You got so many stories going on, really. Potentially. That's your daughter 7 years ago. Oh, okay. So I take it she's 7. I can't see it too well. It looks like an infant. So I'm taking it she's 7 years old. Jake is 9. And Arya is now... She's 1. Yeah, she just had a birthday. She's 1 in so many months. She's a walking and she's a talking gibberish. But, yeah. Still got some baby fattage. But she's awesome. Another future gamer. Don't you know it? I'm gonna get old and crickety, bringing all these young whippersnappers into the fold. Cripes. Yeah, you wait and see, though. I'm gonna have her involved. Oh. It's every wargamer father's dream to have their kids get into the hobby. Right? Family of gamers. That big small, you know what I'm talking about. She's 8 now. Okay. She gets her first wargame August 1st. 1 hour skirmish rules set in the Star Wars Uni. Should be fun. Well, fantastic. 8 years old. All right. Excellent. That's great, man. Congratulations on that. Get them into gaming, and they'll never have enough money to get into your. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very true. True words, Luke. True words. True words. Okay, these should be dry. Because the paint I just put out is dried up. Let's see, Luftwaffe, camo green. I'm going to use that next. I can attest that this camouflage does actually work. I can't tell you how many times I've lost track of where my troops are because of this freaking camouflage. I just blend right into the forest. Yeah, got some camo in there. And I still got a couple things to do on that. Got to do something here. I got to make a repair on one of them. This guy. Let's paint the rifles. The Gavaa. Put a pick in Discord miniature gaming thread. The new pike. Okay, I'll show them in a second. 1 centimeter added to each pike. Next to the old pikes. Old equals Warlord Games Pike and shot. New equals War Games Atlantic Conquistadors. Ah, okay. Took my boy till 14 to get into wargaming, although I did not try to convince him earlier. The older boy, 16, ain't interested at all. Wonder why? Wonder why? It's such an interesting hobby. Maybe he doesn't realize what's out there. He just sees what you do and it's like, eh. My lad is playing Halfling General, which is odd as he is taller than me now. Guess I must nothing. Okay, there you go. It's nothing it is. Let's take a look at this picture. For you guys that aren't in the Discord for some reason, I don't know why you're not, link in the description. Everybody's welcome. It's a wonderful little community. I keep it small, I keep it tight, and it's always good stuff. Plenty of hobby stuff. What am I doing here? There we go. Where's my Discord? Where's my Discord? Is that it? Am I looking at it? Some stuff I posted. Wonderful flag there. That's beautiful. Here's the new starter that's coming out 9th of August. Fortress Europe. This is the new starter for Flames of War if you're interested, for the D-Day Western Europe region. Late war. This looks good. I see Tigers, see Shermans, see a nice 76 there. Yeah, this is gonna be a new starter. It's cool. It's got Tigers in it. Maybe I will pick this up. Price is right. Here's a good primer on how I prime my figures when I use speed paints. This is a good primer, short, you can look at. This one here paints eyes. Got this from Byron. It's really good and simple. And here we go. Pikes to match. He had to put on an extra, almost a half an inch on these pikes to make them match the other ones. These guys on the left are the Conquistadors range from War Games Atlantic. These over here are Warlord Games. Or are they Perry's? I think he said Warlord Games, yeah. So, yeah, let's see. How did he do that? Did you add the tip? Is that what you did? Or is it the bottoms that you added? I imagine you... Yeah, I think it's the tip. That would make the most sense, too. Otherwise, they might snap off down here. Too easily. Looks good to me. Great work. But yeah, these are the War Games Atlantic. Looks like they match pretty decent. Wow. Okay. Well done. See if there's anything else going on here to report on. Showed all this. Pictures of Jake playing Flames of War. There he is with his dad. Some desert war action. What is happening, he says. So yeah, that was good fun. He likes it. Matt Schreiber. Oh, let's check out these guys. Big Small Worlds did these a while ago. I'm going to say they're the War Games Atlantic as well. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Snip the pike and added a section from another pike using a blob of glue on each end. Nudge to shape, allow it to dry, then paint with more glue. To hide the glue, using what others would call sprue goo technique. Ah, okay, there you go. All right, worked out pretty good. Getting a little creative. Gotta look right. Alright, I'm going to use flat brown for the gava. Flat brown. Be brave and order some metal pikes. Yeah, that's always an option. I'd be okay with the plastic myself. But yeah, for longevity's sake at least, it's good to have those pikes metal.
You haven't drawn blood while picking up your pike block. You're really a gamer. Yeah, it's true. Or I'm especially variety spicing up pikes. Variety, spice of life. Plastic pikes, spears, comparison to metal pikers.
Have you done pike blocks? Pikeman? Luke? Perfect. Excellent. Let's get the grenades. A shovel. That's one right there. Oh, what's on that guy? Oh, there's one. I think. No, it can't be. I don't know what that is. It's goofy. Alright. Rifles, grenades done. I think that's it. I'm leaving the webbing all black. I also left the metal parts black. I don't like to paint them metallic. Maybe give them a little dark gray on the tips, just to give the impression of metal. 10 mil ancient phalanxes, yeah, I've done them in 10 mil. I've got a couple 28mm pike blocks for English Civil War. I hate painting pikes, regardless of scale. I hate them. They take a lot longer to do than you think they would. Well, these guys are done. No, that's done. I'm gonna do this. Hey, cavalry too. Hate artillery. I hate everything. Screw it. Where is the canteen? I think that's it. Where are you? I can't see. Pikes are tedious. I guess when you're painting up 100 at a time, it's tedious. That's usually my case. I don't see your canteen. Okay, you don't get one then. Okay. I should probably start getting to the boots and shoes here. They're not black, they're kind of a brown. German camo, medium brown. Same color as the camouflage part, I think, right? 826? Yeah, so whatever I used for the camo pattern, that's what we use on the shoes. Where is it? It's Andrea. This one. So I'll go over all the shoes real quick. The boots. Both strips, get that done and out of the way. You working on anything, Luke? Oops, that's the wrong paint. Where is it? Where's my paint? It's the wrong one. Keep dipping into the wrong paint here. Pulled the trigger, Luke, on that hit the beach? I'm going to say it didn't.
Thought I said painting basic colors. Oh yeah, that's right, you did. It's my bad. Contrast style paints, cavalry. Acrylics, annoying. Looks good, but no rush. It's a good value for the money, though. I think I paid $60 for it. That is such a good value. You get so much in that freaking thing. So there is that.
Somebody needs a little motivation for Hit the Beach. Little Flames of War action. You don't know what you're missing out, buddy. I made a lot of great memories playing that game, and I'm going to make a whole lot more. Crazy good fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. And pretty easy to do. They paint up quick. 15 mil, baby. 15 mil. Can't wait to get some of these infantry back on the table. Panzerta. I used to do a armored infantry division. That was my favorite because they got all the 251 half tracks. A lot of MGs. Great value, but I wish there was an Eastern Front starter. There is. There should be. There should be one. I forget which one it's called. Is it Kursk? Stalingrad? I think they have a Stalingrad one. I don't know if they're still available. Yeah, they do a Stalingrad one that's a starter. I think they used to do a Kursk. I'm not sure. If maybe they still do. I don't know. Because I was looking at that. But I know they got a Stalingrad, which is mid-war. There was a Kursk. Gotta decide on a film to watch with the boy for tonight's move. I want him to see the classics. Maybe Jason and the Argonauts. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Or the Golden Fleece.
That is the Golden Fleece one. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Jason the Argonauts, and what was the other one? The other one is Sinbad. 7 Voyages of Sinbad or something? Maybe Ben-Hur? That's another good one. Maybe Conan. Oh, Conan. Are you kidding me? Conan the Destroyer? I think Conan the Barbarian's better. Predator? That's another good one. Those are all good movies, man. You can't go wrong. What you should do is gather the names of all these classic movies you want to watch. Put them on a piece, write it down on a piece of paper, and make it like a raffle. So every time movie night hits, one of you gets to pick from the jar to see what we're gonna watch tonight. What's on the agenda tonight? Because you never know. But you don't get to pick until the last minute. Boom, here it is. What are we watching tonight? That's what I'd do. 7 Voyages of Sinbad, Mr. Westphalia, yep. Spartacus, Excalibur, those are all top-notch movies, man. That's what I say you should do. You can't go wrong with any of these movies. They're the only real movies worth watching, to be honest with you, in this day and age. Waterloo, Gettysburg, Glory. Glory's a good one. I got to do the boots. These guys. Oh, cake dried up. Let's do a different brown. There are strips we could set aside. Let me see, is there any more paint? I'm gonna do the shoes on these guys. Oh, I gotta clean them. Gotta clean them off. Lay down, Coop. Don't need to get excited and running around. I always wanted to do the Russian front. I probably eventually will. But I think the route I'm taking now is I'm going to go back to the East-Western front, late war. Normandy, I want to do the breakout. And I think next will be the Pacific. I'm going to start collecting stuff for that as I play out the Western front. I'm going to start doing some Pacific theater. That leaves me with the Eastern Front. I don't have much interest in the early war, Europe, or even the Desert War, although I have Desert War stuff. I did Italy. I did the Italy-Italian campaign, mid-war, which I could still do even with late war stuff, so that's not a big deal. I think when I move into the 28 mil, I'm gonna kind of do the same procedure. Maybe start with the breakout D-Day, then go into the Pacific. Because I already got Germans collected, and I love painting them. I used to paint them all the time to sell. Late war 28 millimeter Warlord Games stuff, and I still have a lot left over. I got a full platoon of Germans, at least. Warlord Games. And I intend to do a lot of 3D printing for this stuff too, by the way. Bad Taste at Films. Vikings with Kirk Douglas. That's a good one. I remember that when I was a little kid. Telling you, put them in a little tub. Write them down, put them in a tub. As many movies as you want, just pick them that way. Just keep adding to the tub whenever you come up with a new movie you could watch. That way it's a fun surprise for everybody. At the end of the night, you can give your ratings. That sucked. Oh, that was awesome. Warriors. The cult classic. Are you talking there? The Warriors? Do you think there's a difference in our history? African? Do you think that is difference in our history? African campaign seems more popular here. Pacific obviously big in USA. Could be. I never thought of that. Could be. Could be. I know I'm going to be collecting Americans as opposed to, say, Commonwealth or Canadians and British, Australians and all that. And that includes the Pacific Theater, too. That's just me, though. I don't know. I've got British, though. I got a whole unpainted army of Brits. So I'm not averse to doing that eventually. Crown of Command are doing a paint and chat session later. Oh, they are. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Sunday. But I have promised the boy a movie night. They're going to do first come, first serve. But then they changed it to an American guest session. Yeah, they're on later for me. I catch them now and then. It's a good chat show. I hope this is a better time slot for you, big, small. I like to do them around this time. It gives you guys in the UK a little chance to paint in prime time. Oh man, that was good. I hope Squirrel's okay. He was feeling under the weather yesterday. I wonder how he's doing. Coming down with something. Well, I got another strip to get done today. We're going to do that. And I'll be at what, 18, 19 figures done? Almost done. Gonna have to buy those bases pretty soon. It's a good slot. But I only got 15 minutes before movie night. Well, go watch your movie. Don't worry about me. We'll wait. I'll be here again tomorrow. I think that's exactly why Hit the Beach didn't fully tempt me. Maybe if it had British Beach version, I'd have been fully swayed. Oh, you want to do the Brits, do you? Don't they have a bridge too far or something? Or was that a campaign box? They got a bunch of starters. I don't know which ones are still available, though. Do you mean Beaver? Hit the beach, my man. Hit the beach. Everybody stand back. Where is my picture? What's that? What is that? God, I almost shut down my OBS in the stream. Whoops. Bridge Too Far was a movie my boy loved. Maybe that's the name of the starter I'm thinking of. Well, they must have something. But all their starters are a good value. I think Hit the Beach is the best one. But they're all a good value. Battle of the British this afternoon. Battle of Britain this afternoon. I can't read. Oh, you're just labeling all these great movies. A lot of movies I forgot all about. Alright, let me see here. I gotta get my next color ready. German Field Gray. Which is kind of a green, actually. We're gonna do that. Willst du watch your movie? Sure, let us know what you end up watching. Bridge Too Far starter? Oh, you know what? While I'm in between here, let's go do some searching online. I don't like Battlefront's website. Because not everything's available there. Maybe I should go to Amazon. Let's see, let's open up Flames of War. Let's open up my Amazon. Warlord. Warlords are so expensive. I mean, I might get the new updated version of the Band of Brothers. I had that before. Let me go to Amazon. Well, let me share this. I don't know, let's just do a Flames of War starter. Here you go. Kazarine Pass. Desert War. That's Americans, though. Maybe that's what I should get. Get some Americans to my Desert Theater stuff. Kampfgruppe. Iron Cross. These are one-side starters. There's Hit the Beach. 60 bucks, man. Kazarine's 150. Holy smokes, what a difference in price. Alright, skip that. Okay. British, American, Flames of War. Book. Platoons. British starter. 108 bucks for the British starter. It's not a bad price. It's Desert Rats, though. You want a 2-player starter. Soviet starter for 108 bucks. Those aren't bad, actually. But still pricey. World War III did that. Not seeing any now. Ah, that's gaming. What is that? 82nd Airborne gaming set. Ah, that's cool. $25. All Americans. I might get that. Let's add that to the cart. I can't see the chat. Give me a moment. Fallschirmjäger. Tin? Nah, I've done enough Fallschirmjäger. I'm not going to do another one just yet. Command cards. Bases. Book. I guess that's the end of the starters. Let's go to the Flames of War website. Zulu. Great film night. See you, Big Small. And take care, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow, if not later tonight. Toodaloo. That's what I bought. That's what I thought. Victrix 12mm might be the way I slide down the rabbit hole. I painted up Victrix. I did Germans, and I think I did British. Really easy to paint up. That's a very interesting scale. Yeah, I did a commission for a guy. I got pictures of them too, if you want to see them. He based them for Battle Group. And I came up with a basing system for him. How many figures to put on the bases, because Battle Group really doesn't use a... It bases things individually. Which is kind of impractical with 10mm or 15mm. So you would usually have 2 or 3 guys on a base. You got to remove casualties and stuff. And I use the basing system I came up with, because at one point I did play Battle Group with individually based 15mm miniatures. It looks great, but it was an incredibly annoying way to base figures. So I come up with a way to have them based 2 or 3 figures on at a time, just for casualty removal and convenience of moving a squad. And I did that with his 12mm. You just don't want Flames of War. I see what you're talking about. You don't like Flames of War. Let's see. Starter sets. Starter sets. I'd get their World War I version. I thought that was really frickin' good. North Africa, Eastern Front. Do 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 do. Well, you like British. What do you want Eastern Front for? There's the Stalingrad. There's the Kursk. Starters. I wish they were still available. Maybe they are on their site. Yeah, Stalingrad would be pretty good. Mid-war infantry action. A lot of Russians. T-70s. These are the guys I'm painting. Nebelwerfer. Werfer. Nebelwerfer. Yeah. That's a good starter too. I wasn't overly interested in British. It was more a D-Day beach set for the Americans. It's the Americans. Eastern Front. If you could find the Stalingrad or Kursk one, you'd have it made. That would be a nice starter for someone just getting into it. Kursk is probably mostly the tanks. You could get them both. Not all at once, but that's one way to do it. They're both mid-war. Let's see what's in Kursk. Wonder where you could find a copy. eBay? Yeah, it's all tanks. Panzer IVs, Tigers, King Tiger. Couple King Tigers. And T-34s, a whole slew of T-34s. The iconic tank. Oh, Panzer III. They got Panzer IIIs in there. I didn't see them. Panthers. They got Panthers? Where are they? Oh, that must be these back here. I was calling them King Tigers. Couldn't tell. And I love the Panther. That's my favorite. The Valentine. That's not in here, is it? British and Canada shipped over 3,000 Valentine tanks to the Soviet Union as part of their Lend-Lease aid. The Valentine was not so fast, but it was well armored and capable of long marches. It was so well liked that when the Soviet Union eventually ceased production of light tanks, they continued to request shipments of Valentines to fill their need for light tanks. So there you go, there's Valentines in this. I think that's them in the back here. Huh. Didn't know that. Su-85 mixed in there. It's these in the back, I think. Self-propelled gun. Hold on, gotta sneeze. Alright. These are both good boxes for East Front goodness. Mid-war too. There's Pacific. Eastern Front has always interested me more. Yeah, Stalingrad looks stunning, but price, yeah. I live on a budget these days. I'm with you, man. I'm poor. I'm dirt poor. I'm going to get into the Pacific. What am I looking at here? I haven't been in this site in so long I can't navigate it. Counterattack starter set. What's that? D-Day counterattack starter bundle. $80 out of stock. Of course it's out of stock. Of course. Alright, I'm not going to look at this. Getting distracted here. Ay, ay, ay. Take your time. There's no rush. This hobby will always be here. Oh, I gotta buy this. I gotta buy that. Get it now while you can. Can what you get. Take your time and enjoy. Nope, Luke's back. Didn't tell me you're leaving. I talked all about Flames of War and all the different starter sets that I found. Boy, I really went into detail too. Especially about that Eastern Front one. Yeah. That was just a couple minutes ago. Boy, did you miss out. Oh well, lost to the ether. I'm only kidding. I wasn't saying anything. I was, but I think you were here. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo. What's the viewer count like? Where is everybody today? Is it one of those days? Kind of seems like it. Alrighty. How you doing, everybody? A lot of lurkers today. That's okay. I hope you're getting some stuff painted along with me. I'm usually here every day for a few hours, or every other day, at least. Doing what I do. Is that the right color? Yes, it is. Let me double check. Mundane life of a middle-aged man. What's your big thing now? Project-wise, what's your big project? I know you're painting those little ACW stuff. I guess maybe that's your project, or it sounded like you were just doing those to do them. Got any big projects you're working on that you're excited about? Or perhaps something new that you're preparing to do? I like to have several projects going at once, because we're always bouncing between things. You can only keep your interest in one thing up for so long, so I bounce between my projects. Right now it's my Flames of War. Just dropped my other brush. Just did some of my 40K. Got my fantasy project on the wings. I've got some new projects I plan to get to later this year. So I've always got something going on. And it's something to change it up. 3 projects going: Napoleonic, British, American Civil War, and English Civil War. So as I use one color, I see where that color can be used in all the others. There you go. This is all 6 mil. I assume. Oh, I just couldn't do 6 mil. What? That's just me. American Civil War is a project I might do again in the future. I have a few possible projects actually, but I try not to talk too much about them because they might never come about, and I hate that. $6 mil Napoleonic, but Warlord epics for American Civil War and English Civil War. You like their epic stuff, huh? Once I've got most of this done, I'll have a start on Williamite Wars in Ireland. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's like my favorite period of history. Hands down. I've never wargamed it. But I intend to. I've been collecting books. I've been collecting miniatures. Mainly for the Great Northern War, though. I don't have any for the Williamite era. I do have to get some. But definitely 28 mil. Using Beneath the Lily banners. Just because, I mean, that is my thing. And the naval side of it as well. Oh, I love that. That is the era for me when it comes to ships. But I'm fascinated by that period. Kind of not so much not so much the Spanish Succession, you know, Marlborough and all that. I mean, that's interesting. I could see myself doing a little bit of that. But I like the stuff. I really like the period, you know, early 1700s and late 1600s, the 1680s and 90s, Jacobite rebellions and stuff like that. I really get into that. The way the armies dressed was the dawn of things, you know. Bayonets replacing pikes. Except with the Swedes. Kapah! All that good stuff. And I don't know, I just love that. And I have a plan, doing it in 28 mil, I have a plan to do all the flags and banners in a spectacular fashion. All cloth banners, hand-painted cloth banners. That's my plan. That's a big deal for me. I want to do that. I love cloth banners. I've never done them. I've been learning how to do it. And I love to make my own flags, but with this project, I'm going to make all cloth banners. And it's going to look amazing. So yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, Ira. With a surname like mine, I have to be interested. I was just recommending League of Augsburg rules as you said it. I'll be using Pendraken 10 mil. Well, there you go. That works. You're going to be able to fight some big battles. Pendraken, no less. Hey, doing much hair? 22. I think I have a channel over on Discord that you joined yesterday. Let me see if I still have it. It's called... did I get rid of it? I think I did. Damn it. I had one in there called Musket and... Was it Pike and Musket? No. Yeah, it might have been. But it was for that era. And some English Civil Wars, too. So yeah, it made sense. But I got rid of it. That was dumb. Nobody used it. Just me and a couple others, and they weren't posting, so whatever. Okay. I tend to clean house now and then and get rid of channels that I create if they're not used. Just clutters it up. Oh well. You can post stuff in History Nerd. Give me a second. I gotta hit the jump. Too much cafe. My family fought in a lot of Irish wars. I found a company that has printed my family crest as battle flags. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So, yeah, you could put that on your tabletop. Represent your family on the tabletop. Boy, that's magical, man. That's awesome. Once I get going with it, you have to send me those images. I'll do them myself. Represent the Pharaoh clan. Yeah, that's one of my favorite periods. I'm relatively new to it. I've never wargamed it. I just read things now and then. I love new things, and that's a new period for history for me to finally delve deep into. Because I love learning stuff. And I've always wanted to do it. So, That's my motivation, and it's been my motivation for a couple of years now. Just a matter of finding the time to actually hit this as a major project. I mean, sit down and actually paint. I'll get there. So that's one of my projects. I like those niche periods. You don't see a lot of people do them. I think that guy, what's his name, that does the League of Augsburg thing, Barry something. Can't think of his name. The stuff he does on YouTube and on Facebook, fantastic, man. His armies look so fantastic, and he's done these great battle reports that are a joy to watch him play. Just looks great. Very motivating. Certainly, you must have their YouTube channel. It's League of Augsburg. You can look that up on YouTube. It's awesome. I'm sure you have it. La di da da di da da. What's up with this? Hold on, folks. Give me a second here. I'm navigating a little miniature here that's kind of difficult. Miss Falter? Falter di Cazza? What are you doing? Yes. Hold on. Okay, I think I got this satisfactorily. Okay.
That one guy was tricky.
Exactly. There was a newly painted unit. There was a newly painted unit curse, where you know they're dying in their first battle. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, imagine how cursed the Feral Clan will be carrying our flag into battle. Yeah. Go figure. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, though. Barry Hilton. What's his name? The age of the fancy man. Mm-hmm. Huh. I think this guy has a... This guy definitely has a smock on. You could see the hood on it. And it's just the one guy. So let us carry on. Get some tunics. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that project as I collect stuff for it. It's going to be one of my later projects. Guy here's slinging some ammo for the MG. It's one of those projects that us historical nerds would consider our historical interest. Not doing it just because it's a game and it's cool and stuff. Yeah, because you're really interested in the period. Want to learn. For me, that's what it is. Smock? No, no smock on this guy. No smock. Sometimes you get into a period you're really just interested in the game side of it or the uniforms. You don't get too deep into it. I don't know. Is that a thing, do you think? Historical gamers are unique. They love history, usually. It's probably the main reason they do anything in this hobby. I don't know. How you doing, Coop? what are you doing? Kolla hund. What are you doing? Let me do my painting here. All right. Got one guy with a smug. Probably the most time-consuming part of painting these guys. The tunics and trousers. Where was I? This guy. This guy's got a Panzerfaust. Okay. A period has to grab a part of my interest. Else I think I'd play it with a friend if he supplied everything, but I'd never buy into it. History that I enjoy, I'll invest time and money into it happily. Yeah. I think skirmish games are a good way to just mess around with different games and periods and stuff. They really have limited investment. It gives you a chance to, collect some different stuff you don't normally collect and try out something, maybe learn some things. And who knows, it might take off and be like, wow, this is my new period. I love this. I gotta really get into it now. Because let's face it, some of these periods are massive. If you really want to enjoy it, you gotta really take the time to really collect, paint, and know your stuff. I'm thinking Napoleonics, for instance. I did that. I always steered away from Napoleonics because it was a little bit too intimidating, but I always loved it and wanted to do it. And my friend got me to take the plunge, and I did it in 10 mil, so... And it was awesome. I learned so much more than I did know. And I still love the period. I just don't collect for it anymore. Or fight battles. I think I fought every battle there is to fight with every set of rules out there. It's like, I got so many other things I want to focus on. All right. But like I always say, if you really want to fully enjoy this hobby, miniatures, wargaming, you've got to set your priorities. You got to focus. Because I really think the key to enjoyment, maximum enjoyment, is focus. I have several good friends who do just that. And it's like all they do. And I'll tell you, their collections are massive. Their collection of books and rules for those periods, or that period, is massive. And they know so much. And there's no battle they can't recreate. And the depth of enjoyment they're getting from their hobby, I think, is far more than we get if we're just always like butterflies and going on to the new thing left and right. And some people, that's what they do. A lot of people like skirmish games for that reason. They like to jump around and try different things. And skirmish games are an exception. But I mean, who has the time to do all this? You know, all these different periods and all these different rules even to play. You gotta get some discipline and focus. There's gonna be a whole lot more enjoyment for you in the end if you do that. So you really gotta look at your hobby and think, what do I really, really enjoy? And if you're a historical gamer, you gotta look at the history too. You gotta ask yourself, what really intrigues me historically? Inevitably, you'll probably do more than just one period or one conflict, but you got to have focus and you got to have a start. You got to have some discipline. It's like if you go back to the early days of wargaming, my friend Neil pointed this out. It's very true. Back in the early days, in the 70s and the 80s, historical gamers were very specific types of gamers. What do you do? Oh, I'm an Ancients gamer. I play Wargamer Search Group 6th. That's all that guy did, for the most part. And it was the same with other gamers. Oh, I World War II. I play World War II. Oh, I play American Civil War. That's what you did, and that was your thing, and that's what you were known for. In this day and age, that really doesn't exist as much. People are all over the place. I do a little of this. I collect a little of that. I paint this too. I play 10 different sets of rules for each period. And they're just bouncing left and right. It's great. It's diversity. It's a result of commercialization of our hobby and its growth. It's great to have that variety. But I really think people are lacking enjoyment from the hobby, at least the way it used to be. More people would focus on, oh, my Republican Roman army. And they would collect all the enemies, and they'd have all the terrain and know all about the battles and just research stuff left and right and know so much about it. It was their jam. You know? That's what they did. A lot of people nowadays, they don't do all that stuff. They don't care about all that detail. Well, they don't have the time to go into that. A new game came out. They're going to play some World War II now. And that's great, too, in its own way. And people that I'm thinking of, my good friend Nicholas Spiliotopoulos, who I've known for years, the Medieval Wargamer. If you don't know his channel, check it out, Medieval Wargamer. He's got a great big Facebook group, great growing channel. All he does is essentially the Middle Ages, with a big focus on the 100 Years' War, early 100 Years' War. That's his big focus. He knows all these different sets of rules. He does interviews with all the authors and designers of the different rules. He has bat reps about these different battles. He does a little bit of Baron's War, a little bit of the Dark Age too. But that's it. That's all he frickin' does. Not that he's not interested in, say, 40K or other things, but he is so in love with his period and getting so much enjoyment out of it. It's like, hey, I don't know many other people that have that much fun in this hobby like he does. What's going on here? And there's a few other people that are like that. And I always commend those people. They're an inspiration. And we could learn a lot from that. We really could. And I strive to be like that. Anyway, that's me. Take that with a grain of salt. So many really good skirmish rules, says Luke. And there is, and it's nice to have that, really. And I've recently allowed myself to dive into some of these periods in skirmish games just so I can enjoy painting, at least, different periods. Because like most historical gamers, I have an interest in a lot of historical battles and periods and campaigns, all right? I think most of us do. But you don't collect and paint and wargame all of them. You can't. But skirmish gaming allows you to kind of, dip your toes into some of these things, at least to change the pace with your painting. And that's fun. It lets you do that. It's not a big investment, right? I'm unsure enjoyment is a quantitative object. People find their happiness in their ways. The days of the room to store those minis have gone. Nick is a great bloke. Loves trying new rules. Really nice man to interact with. He is. Very much so. He's also a very busy man. I try and get him into my chats every once in a while. But he's not available. That's okay, Nick. Nikolaus. My good friend. I like having the time to really commit to a period and just, I'm not talking about just painting and researching uniforms and some battles. I'm talking about the history side of it. And learn about these battles and the personages involved and the battlefields and the politics behind it. Even the way that people lived and dressed and their beliefs and stuff. I love that. I love learning about all that stuff. And oftentimes, I don't have the time to research that stuff or to look into it, or just to enjoy that side of the hobby. Because there's too many other things I'm doing. So I purposely don't look at all these different things. I just invest myself into a few things and I really get to know this stuff and really dive deep. For me personally, that's how I find enjoyment. Not be distracted. What are you looking at, Walter? Is it time for your feeding? Yes, human, feed me. I gotta feed him. Give me a second. I think I need the variety of projects. Well, you wouldn't be alone. My good friend Ian was that way. He was a butterfly that I spoke of. He had his favorites. He had his focus points. But unlike myself and unlike Nick, he just went crazy with all these different periods and skirmish games especially. He had 40K. He had, I won't even mention his board games. He had 40K. He was getting into Flames of War, Bolt Action. He did English Civil War, American Civil War. American Civil War was his favorite. But we would talk about this, what I'm talking about now, and he would admit he's a butterfly. He needs to have the variety. So I guess some people get their satisfaction from that variety. They don't need to go into depth and detail with a certain period, like Nick does, for instance. And it's almost all he does. And just have massive, ever-growing armies and projects. I'm more like Nick. Once I get into something, it's a lifelong project. It'll never be done. It's just something I'm going to play and collect for and learn about for the rest of my life. Kind of like World War II, which I got into in 2012. Here I am still, and I'm going deeper into some new territories in World War II stuff. So, yeah. I read for enjoyment, so the history part is fun. Hold on a second, I gotta feed this monster. Take me a minute. I'm definitely a history nerd. Another thing about me is that I play other games, like my board games and my role-playing games. If I want to be able to do that stuff too, I can't just do everything for miniatures. So I've learned to be focused, so I can enjoy my things that I can enjoy. Like role-playing suffers from this as well. If you're a role player, there's so many different games and RPGs you can collect and play. You just can't do it. So you have to kind of like be picky. That's the way it goes. I need extra dark green, gruna, German camo medium brown, no, German camo dark green, 979. That's this one, right? Right? No, that's not it. I don't even know why I have this out. It's not that one. It's not that one. Is it this one? That's Luftwaffe. This is field gray. So it must be this one. German camo dark green. Yeah, that's it. I got it. American Civil War I found hard going. I really liked the period, but the big box of Epic Starter from Warlord was a struggle. I bet. You get so much in that thing. The Union Blue just bored the hell out of me. I had to do something different. Yeah. Difference between a hobby painter and the disciplined mind of a commissioned painter? Plus your talent. Talent? I don't know if I'm talented. But, yeah. That's my way of looking at things. That's what I've learned in the past decade of being in this hobby. One thing I've also learned is that as I get older, as we all get older in age, and we've been in this hobby for so long. Like, I got involved when I was a teenager. Some people earlier than that. They're still kicking away doing this stuff. You learn stuff as you get along, right? You learn some lessons about your hobby life. And I'm telling you, man, I have learned so much about myself and my gaming. It's always changing. You know, I wasn't always this way. Or my fondness for nostalgic gaming. That comes with age. You get that too. But I've changed so much, and I've learned so much about myself and how this hobby is how I relate to it. It just has been different for me over the course of years. So I'm always changing. That's something else I learned. And that's cool. So who knows? Where'd my brushes go? I think Luke swiped my brushes. They're gone. Did I put them away? I must have. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I've definitely changed. So you're a butterfly? Is that what you're saying, Luke? Like my good friend Ian. The last 5 years changed my approach. I realized that solo gaming is easy and fun. Solo gaming is great. I agree with you on that one. It's a whole new experience. It's got its own joys. Much like social gaming does. You know, they're different experiences. It was Donald Featherstone, and this stuck with me ever since I read it. Donald Featherstone, he said that wargaming is a very personal hobby. And you know what he's saying when he says that, you know? You're talking about the painting and the crafting and the research you put into it, and everybody's stuff is different. Everybody has a different way of approaching the hobby. And painting, for instance, it is a very, very personal hobby. There's no fixed way of doing it or approaching it. And solo gaming, in particular, is taking that idea even deeper. You really start to... Let me see, is this helmet green? Or is that a camo thing? It really is a personal experience when you're playing solo games. I love solo gaming. I have a way of... I'm one of those people that can sit there and switch hats easily and look at things from a third-person standpoint and make decisions based on, you know, the generals on the tabletop, not me. I mean, the meta side of the game session is nowhere to be found when I play. I mean, it is, but, you know, it's not an issue with me. Some people just can't do it. They can't see it. How do you do it? That's the helmet. Mr. Westphalia, I've got Gauls, Africa Corps, Star Wars, and Napoleonics on my painting table. Butterflies unite. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And with small scale and solo gaming, buying 2 armies isn't an effort. Then I hope I find a willing player. But if not, then no worries. Which armies for Napoleonics, Mr. Westphalia? Is that a hint? Your Nam? My favorite Napoleonic army is Imperial Russia. I love them. Followed by the French, of course. I love the Duchy of Warsaw, the Poles. I love them. I wanted to get into them before I got out of Napoleonics. What a great army. That reminds me of my good friend Ars. I haven't seen him lately. He's been posting on Facebook. We all know and love Ars. Our friend from Warsaw in Poland. Alright, Ars, we haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's okay. Usually joins me here, co-hosts with me. Double check. Gas mask canister. My collection was my personal collection that I collected and painted was French, Russian, and Saxons. That's it, really. I was still building my armies at the time, but then I had to sell everything, so that kind of ended it. My commission painting kind of took over at the time, so I was able to paint up other armies too and have fun with it. A lot of Polish units, guard lancers and stuff I got to paint. Who knows? And by the way, for anyone who's curious, all my massive collections of armies, the reason why I sold them wasn't because I didn't have interest in them anymore or got bored of it. It was out of necessity. Just to be clear. Just to be clear. French, Poles, Saxons. Good choices. Huge. Which I have British, French, and Austrian with small Spanish contingent. With French, I have some minor states within the army. Always ashamed to hear collections sold through that, mate. Yeah, I had everything. I had so much. My lifelong collection. All kinds of stuff. Somehow I managed to keep a few odd and ends that I didn't sell. Like my 15mm Feudal English, which was a humongous army for DBM. Like 600 or 800 points for DBM. And right now I got enough for 2 armies using Triumph, which is kind of like, in DBA terms, maybe an army and a half times 2. Which is good. I play Triumph. Just got done rebasing them, in fact. So I got 2 Feudal English armies. And I'm going to expand that eventually. All my 40k and Warhammer armies and Necromunda gangs, all that stuff sold. I still have a few unpainteds here and there, and I just recently started recollecting 40k stuff again. Sold all my Flames of War, which was huge. But I never lost interest in any of this stuff, so that's why I'm continuing where I left off. And in my head, I rationalize it. I get to, like for instance, Flames of War. I get to do this again, but a little differently this time. How would I have done it if I get the chance to do this again? That's what I'm doing. So I'm happy with that. I have no regrets. So my approach to Flames of War is a little different now. You know, maybe the units are different. My painting style might be different. My basing might be a little different. Things are a little bit different this time. And that's okay. It's actually fun starting over again. It is, too. It's like I'm a little kid, a noob, and it's like everything is new to me again. So it's kind of cool. Actually, I don't mind at all. And all this stuff now, this stuff, thankfully, hopefully, this is all going to my nephews. Actually, my nephew, Jake. I hope he really gets into this, because that's really why I'm painting this stuff. And I want to give him all these memories, and then he'll be able to take this and appreciate it. That's what I'm hoping for. And I think that'll be the case. So. What scale, Mr. Westphalia? What scale are you doing? If you don't mind me asking. I'm sure you've told me in the past. And hey, that's another thing, Luke. You're playing in 6 mil, so you can do all these multiple periods. You're getting some massive armies here. Limited storage space doesn't exist for you. $28 mil, that is the way to go. Rock and roll. I'm rooting for you, Westphalia. That's the way to rock. Sorry, Luke. That's my favorite scale. I was going to do Napoleonics in 28 mil, 1 point. I was painting up stuff. And a massive collection of 28 mil for Napoleonics. But guess what I did? You guessed it, I sold it. But there was a good reason for it. I had decided that, you know what? I'm going to start investing in my real passion, which is you know what it is. It's that Williamite era. It's that Great Northern War era. So I said, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. We'll give Napoleonics a rest with 28. Let's sell this off. We'll buy some stuff for my other real project. So that's what I did. I don't know. Is that a terrible thing to do? Keep in mind, I'm not rich. You know, I got to have priorities in this hobby. So there is that. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind. Will I ever go back to 28 mil Napoleonics? Maybe. The bonus of 6 mil small scale. Great price and speed painting. Yeah, that's true. What is that noise, man? See, I don't play that scale. So... But I've thought about it. I mean, you look at the prices and figures that you'd need for an army. Wow, really? But nah, I can't do that. And then there's 2 and 3 mil that people are doing. No, I can't. I mean, yeah, I could do a lot of different things, but do I really want to do a lot of different? No, I don't. See, that's the thing. I don't want to do all this stuff. I'm the weird guy that likes to focus. Because I like 28 mil. And 15 to some point. I don't think I'll ever go to 10 again, though. And yeah, as much as I love the gaming side of the hobby, nowadays for me it's more about the painting. But that's me. We're all different, right? That's what the hobby is to me. I think I'll do the flesh on these guys. So yeah, even though I focus like I do and stuff, or try to, I'm into the skirmish thing, which I'm actually new to because I avoided skirmish games, and it wasn't until a couple years ago I started discovering, you know what, skirmish games are actually pretty cool. I can do all these different things, and that's fine. Where is my flesh color? Is it this? Sunny skin. Yeah, that's it. One thing I've noticed since gaming in small scales is the cavalry and the flanks really become more important. In 28mm, it's sometimes hard to get the maneuverability right to exploit gaps. Yeah, really has a lot to do with the rules, but yeah, that's for the 28mm, that happens. Freaking battalions are so big. These guys that play Napoleonics in 28mm with rules where the battalions are like 40 figures strong. That's insane. I mean, for me, that's too big. Impractical. Looks great. What are you playing? At the most, a division-sized game. Come on. You'd need a gymnasium. You can't fight full battles. Multi-core actions. Oh. 6mm, you can do that. 15mm, you can do that, really. But for some people, it's not about the grand sweeping maneuvers over the hills with your dragoons hiding. It's not about that. Big flanking maneuvers, which you can still do in a tactical game. For some people, including myself, Napoleonics is about formation changing. It's about the melee that ensues. It's about surprise attacking a battalion before they can form square with your dragoons or whatever. It's about the small scale tactics and the look and the feel and the banners and the uniforms. And that's what 28mm is good for. Good solid tactical division or brigade level games. It's awesome. And then there's the Napoleonic gamers who say, no. It's about the grand sweeping flanking maneuvers or corps and divisions maneuvering in a grand style. Massive cuirassier charges across an open plain. That's what Napoleonics is about. And it's true. So there's really, two different schools of thought when it comes to Napoleonics. You got your tactical dudes and you got your big grand tactical dudes. And neither one is wrong. I was more of a tactical guy. That said, I think most of my games were the grand tactical games. Like Blucher and ESR, those kind of rules. I played a lot of those. Especially Blucher. Good times. What am I doing? Oh, flesh. Getting distracted. What color is that? This one. What's you guys' style? I would just go with a board game over smaller scales. Certainly the really small scales like 2mm. It's basically a counter at that point anyway. Yeah, I agree. Because I also play board games, so it makes sense. Why would I use a smaller scale? Just for the 3D appeal? Yeah, but I don't really... Do I really need it? Being a board gamer, I'd say no, I don't really need that. If I want to fight those big, massive battles, full battles, that's what board games are for. Oh, man. But still. Sunny. Some people like to play Napoleonics as a skirmish game. You know what? This is not the flesh that I normally use. Where is the flesh I use? Is this it? That's it. And that's good enough for them. And that's fine. One thing I noticed since gaming, I read that, I think. Yeah, so I like the tactical stuff, I think. I think that's my type of game when it comes to Napoleonics. Or most horse and musketeers. I like the tactical stuff. I'm not as concerned with the full giant battle and grand maneuvers. Because I've kind of done that. And I board games, so it's like, you know, I don't have to do that. I want to fight a battle that's like reading a description from a first-hand account of a melee that happens, like at Austerlitz or something, where you read about guys getting their faces bit off by horses in a melee. Just crazy stuff like that. I want that in my games. I want to focus on that formation changing at the last second. The officers getting shot. Like in General de Brigade, if you ever played that, you can capture the opposing battalion or regiment's flags. That's cool. Or your officer could be shot and be saved by a watch he has in his pocket, you know, where the basketball ricochets or something. That's a result you can get. That's pretty fun. I like that. It's not a skirmish game. It's a tactical game with battalions and companies and regiments and brigades and division commanders. That's what I like in most of my horse and musket games. Just that level of play. But that's just me. A friend has painted up beautiful 15mm Napoleonic armies for use in commanding colors. I remember you're not a fan of the rules. They're okay. It's a good fun game. I'd join you for a game. No problem. No problem. I just wouldn't invest in it for my own collection. I'm not a fan of games that use blocks for some reason. That's another reason I forgot to mention. Block games. Nah, I can't get into that. I could play it, but I just couldn't get into it. Ian was a fan. Doug pops in. 40-man battalions, like you mentioned, Fritz. Yeah. General de Brigade. They can get pretty big. And I did it in 10mm. So it was much easier to do that kind of stuff. Oh. Nah. Doug's a good one to discuss the Napoleonic stuff. He's a Napoleonic gamer. Aren't you, Doug? He likes the big battles. Skirmish games in small scales are perfect. Cheap entry and new periods. Playing Polish Ottoman wars just to have the winged hussar sweeping down. Yeah, very true. Gotta admit. Painting some faces now. Some fleshy parts. General Darmay, 2nd edition, looks great. Yeah, but seems too long for a club night. Take a look at March Attack rules. Fritz did a review of those rules. Yeah, a long time ago I played them. March Attack is a really good game. Underrated for what it does. It's based on the old Empire rules for sure, but very enjoyable. I did a battle report on it actually. I enjoyed it a lot. That's one of those games I'd call a grand tactical game. I think, what, a battalion is only 2 bases or something. So you could show column and line, I think, if I remember correctly. Something like that. Got some unique skirmisher rules. It worked great for a 6mm, now that I think about it. Yeah, March Attack would be good to play with 6mm. That's something to look at. And it's a really good game. Especially if you're more interested in the historical side of the game, as opposed to the game. Let's see, this is a hand. Let me get that. Twilight of the Emperor at the moment are the bigger battle rules we use. I'll give that a look. Thanks, Fritz. Do you play at a club, Luke? It sounds like you're a club gamer. Or do you play at your house with friends? Sounds like you play at a club. Or do you play solo? Probably both. What do you think, Doug? What do you think? Is Luke a club gamer? That came out nice. I like that. Painting an officer. One more guy here. Okay. Oh. You're welcome, Luke. I go to a club most Wednesday nights. Gotcha. Okay. Lovely club and a pub. That's right, you mentioned that, didn't you? Or am I thinking of something else? Somebody told me that. Plus solo for rainy days and when the club is shut. He's in England. Okay. Got 6 more figures. I'll finish them tomorrow. I already did the footwear, so that's done. I should paint some of the webbing different colors. They don't have to all be black leather. There's that beige color too. For like ammo pouches for the Schmeisser and things like that. Or red leather for the pistol case. So yeah, little things like that I'm going to do still. Right now I'm just leaving it black. The Panzerfaust I got to paint middle stone. to get that out. Yep, Doug's about 4 hours southwest or southeast of me. Right, Doug? A little bit to the east. Mainly south. I know this because I have cousins in Baltimore. And it would take usually a 4-hour drive. They're on the coast. Eating crabs. We get a function room in the pub right on the Thames. The pier where Pocahontas died. Really? So occasionally the room gets hired and we have to skip a week. But we get it for free, so can't. But that's pretty nice. How many folks come into the club for a game night? Well, that's pretty cool. That's good. Right now I'm waiting to do some laundry. Okay, Doug. Hang in there, my friend. How's your leg? Is it all healed up? Gotta be careful, man. You still working at the veterinary? Or the SPCA? I'm not sure which it is. Well, Doug broke his leg. I think it was last year or the year before at work. Nasty situation there. Took him out for a while. Right. About 30. Wow. They know we'll drink and order good, so it's good trade on a Wednesday night. Well, that's great, man. That's fantastic. That's an ideal club right there. So you probably get a lot of games. Quite a few different games and tables in there going on. Which is perfect for the butterfly. Unless they're all a bunch of Napoleonic gamers. There's that too. Or 40k players. That's all they play. Yikes. The pain in the left ankle still there, to be honest. Hope your leg has healed. Marshare says nice. Two years now, huh? Yeah, is it all... You're not limping around anymore, are you? It healed up pretty good. Ripes, Doug. I remember you sharing pictures. The last thing I wanted to see. It was nasty. So these guys are coming along good, folks. They're coming along good. I'm going to have to get some bases pretty soon from Litgo. I could 3D print them, I guess, if I wanted. I want some plywood bases, though. I love them little bases. If I get some funds, I'll buy all my Flames of War bases. We'll see. We'll see what I do. Most are GW fans, but a couple of us play historical, and we are tempting others to the dark side of history. Oh, there you go. Well, you're lucky it's not all just 40k. That's all they play. Still, that's very cool. Keeping the presence of historical gaming in the midst is a good idea. You know, I think, says Doug, of the Napoleonic soldiers and what injuries they suffered. I do the same thing. Yeah, cannon. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Cannonballs, man. Their whole intention is meant to plow through soldiers. It's basically a giant musket ball. Except for the howitzers and stuff. But that just in cannons. Like a 12-pounder cannon. Can you imagine that? Marching towards a battery of guns? Or artillery's wet dream, you know, the flank or the marching columns. Oh my God, how brutal that would be. Or if you were marching towards an artillery position, can you imagine the thought of this big, pretty decent sized ball come plowing into you and your friends? You have to face that. It's like you can see in the distance, you can see the cloud, and you can hear the gun go off, and you know, is it heading towards us? Is this thing going to be rolling past us? Then, of course, there's the close range stuff, and we all know what that is. Terrible. Concentrated, like really concentrated musketry fire. Canister. Oh, that would just mow guys down. Oh, man. With the instruments used, even if you survive the first hit. I've seen a few little pictures. I've never been to an actual museum that shows that stuff, though. That's got to be just kind of change your perception of things. I tell you one thing that really had a big impact on me. You could see this stuff on YouTube. Again, you guys probably have, but I remember one particular video where they were shooting canister, American Civil War era. I don't know what caliber or what inch the guns were. They were shooting canister is what they were shooting. And from a great distance, you know, right maximum with the canister, and the gun would go off, and they had a video at the target area, which was basically like an old van or something. I don't know. But they shoot it, and you can hear the sounds of the canister shot come whistling and impacting the area. Oh my God. The psychology behind that. If you are on the receiving end of that, it's just wow. Unbelievable brutality. Especially when you can see the gun shooting at you and see the cloud and hear the explosion, and then the sound that it makes when it's whistling at you and towards you. Oh, it's crazy, man. BBC did a TV series of War and Peace a few years ago, and the surgery scene is superb. Yeah. I slogged through that work. Make a note of that. BBC TV series, War and Peace. Not sure I saw that. But anyway, I saw that video, and that impacted me when I saw that and heard it. More importantly, It really makes you think. It's quite profound. When you hear the sounds of these, in this case, canister, actually firing and then whizzing through the air and then impacting on the target area, it's like, wow. You wouldn't have to worry about arthritis. Yeah, that's the easy way out, right? Just cut it off. Saw it off. Sheesh. One of the Perry brothers blew his fingers, blew his hand off, didn't he? He's missing his whole arm or some damn thing. On reenacting firing a cannon display, he then taught himself to draw, design, and model again with his other hand. Yeah, he did. Which is really remarkable. When you think about it. I think it was one of those old 100 Years War cannons or something, or War of the Roses things. Some old thing like that he was doing. Yikes. Blew his hand right off. Cripes. And that was just a reenactor. That reminds me of my set of rules I'm going to be finishing off and publishing soon. Yeah, it's going to be about reenacting. Reenacting battles. Literally, reenactors. You have a unit of reenactors, and you got to recreate stuff. And you get your points and victory conditions are based around reenacting progress. But it's really fun because you could have like a whole bunch of skateboarding teenagers come in and try and ruin things. It's terrible. It's terrible. But boy, is it challenging and good fun. The game of reenacting. Historical reenactments. What do you think? That's a set of rules I come up with years ago, but I never followed through with. Anybody has a hankering, go for it. I think it'd make a great game. You know, you'd have guys in your reenacting unit that are like overweight and stuff, or, you know, they just... Yeah. Good fun, I'm telling you. I think it was, I could be wrong too. I'm about, I'd say 90% sure that he was reenacting a 100 Years War thing or something like that. Middle Ages. But I could be wrong too. That was quite a long time ago. Regardless, it's a remarkable feat. He's got a good story. They should do a movie on him. Or a documentary. I think he has this little attachment now that he puts on his hand. It's like a little hook clip thing. Yeah, I saw a picture of him using it where he's got the figure or whatever, if he's sculpting or painting, he has it clipped into held into his little clip hand, so he can still hold things with it, but he can't. He's got no fingers. He can't paint with it. Quite remarkable. How do you like that, Doug? Kind of glad I got both of my hands. Three hours today, folks. Fantastic. That's usually what I do. You like that idea, Luke? Who knows? Maybe I'll take it a little more serious and do something like that. I think it would be grand fun. A van full of hippies, you know, interfering. Sounds like something for Osprey's Blue Book series. In my mind, I keep picturing American Civil War reenactors. letting off volleys. And some guy forgets his ramrod. It's still in the musket. It goes whipping through the air. Actually, that could cause some real casualties. Guy puts out the wrong bugle call or the wrong drum call. I was thinking of trying a setup skirmish riot game of soccer hooligans in a city. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Gotta go for dinner. Alright, Mr. Visfalia, I'll see you tomorrow, man, if you're around for some painting. Many thanks for the joy, Fritz. You are welcome, my friend. Three hours is good. Sometimes I bring people into the chat with me. Not often anymore, because I usually get tied down for another 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes I do, though. Usually ours, he joins me, or Kat. She's fun. She's fun, but she's new to the hobby. And so that the topics can go anywhere when she joins, so be aware of that. I'm trying to get her more into the hobby type of conversation, which she does. She does. She tries. But then she starts talking about cars or her passion for Huey Lewis in the news. Which is okay. Did you get anything done, Luke? If you were painting? I think you were painting. Of course, I'm always asking you guys questions. I don't know how you have time to paint. You're typing away. Yeah. Didn't see Squirrel today. Again, I hope he's okay. Have to send him a message. Listening to. I like that. Unit cards. Oh, they're not bad priced. D-Day American Command cards. Oh yeah, that's right. There's command cards and there's unit cards. Actually, I gotta go to my cart real quick and put these in my wish list. Save for later. Okay. Kevin Krause, somebody. Alright folks, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's 3 hours and 18 minutes and 3 seconds. That's today's chat. Not bad, not bad. That's right where I like to keep it. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'll be on at the same time. 3, 4 o'clock. Which is about, what, 8, 9 o'clock for you guys in the UK. Right around that time, prime time. It's a good time. And we'll get some more stuff painted, because that's what we do here. So, with that, I hope you guys have a good evening. Thanks for joining me, Luke, Mr. Westphalia, everybody else, Doug, Marshare 22, of course. Can't forget him. Yeah. Anybody else that I might have forgot? I hope you enjoy watching this later on, folks, and I know you guys do. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get some stuff done, because that's what it's all about. Great nights viewing, Fritz. Thanks, Luke. Good to have you in here, my friend. Almost midnight here, so quick film and bed. There you go. You too, Doug. You have a good night. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, if you're around and about. So, folks, we're going to leave it at that. See you guys tomorrow. Once again, have a pleasant evening, and I'll see you again soon. Hang in there, folks, and you know why. It's only going to get better. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Toodaloos.